storm of bullets, how did you manage not to crumble with the thunder?
Go ahead.
You see, I've learned that you cannot put a cast on a broken heart, but around here we hang family photos over the gaping holes in this broken home. What is it about bodies that keep us together even after we've fallen apart inside? Inside my mother, there's light. Birthing 8 babies into a country pregnant with opportunity, yet housing so many aborted dreams. She is the beacon for the hearts of brown babies who fear they will never be worth more than the shredded concrete they tread on. She taught us love, not the how or who's, just the bare essentials. You know, I've always wondered how someone so heavenly could be bound to earth. Her voice makes guardian angels seem tangible. She taught us that words are our strongest weapons and prayer is the keypad for dialing heaven. And she held us close even as we prayed to our Father who art in Harlem, hollered be his name. He dropped his comment and he was done with her and all of his children. Well, give us this day our deadbeat dad and forgive your own transgressions as we forgive you for abandoning us and lead us not into incarceration, but deliver us. Deliver us from the notion that nothing can soften a rock-hard heart, because love can make a bed of roses out of anything.
A mom's love is gold, the kind you don't need maps for. In her care, it's bright. Everyone wants to change the world. We're launching movements till we're lost in blueprints. Like, how do we do this? No one ever thinks to ask a mom, I mean God, I mean mom. A giver of life would be way too simple. Saying I did this myself would be way too sinful, but only one day per year isn't nearly a good enough symbol. My mother, the Wi-Fi to my roaming heart. No data, and some say those kind of boys are wired to be hothead electric. But the connection from her hands was the outlet from my angst. We never ate his lies, though still she took famine and made family. Some dads make perfect astronauts. When it comes to their sons, they love the space. Yet some moms make the best sky. When it comes to their sons, they're forever in place. Always the referee when insecurity fought my skin. She talked to me about want, about how what you need will find you as long as you inject purpose into your pulse. She told me glass house comment should never be the flower I decide to bake my life with. She made choice sound like you have one, my rock. Because seashell speak, and it'll sound like ocean, like calm, like freedom.
I've always been obsessed with breathing. Well, maybe it was the abundance of air that beckons us to fly on wings which we so seldom believe we deserve. Our mothers encouraged us to dance on ledges without any fear of what was next, so long as we were willing to risk the fall. I said, I want to pay you back, and she said, baby, just pay attention. See, they will call you a shooting star, but you are merely a meteor appearing as streaks of light as you cross the night sky, and soon you will strike like lightning, like bullets, taking down whatever negativity is in your path. And she reminded me that hate is only fundamental when you're a hero, so may your nays be the reason you mustered the strength to catch up to your desires. And I do my best to inhale her intelligence and exhale the possibility.
She never hovered too close like air, but always had my back like lungs, reminding me when you breathe in too much expectation, you become congested with insanity. As I grew, I vowed to be the man she deserved to meet. From what I've seen, I wish she knows certain men were too winter for a high self-esteem, because she's the heat, the oven, the reason we're eating. Our mothers are the reason we're breathing. She is the closest thing to perfect, unconditional. Inside, she is walk on water beautiful.
My mother is the solid ground in an earthquake.
Sailor of my tears. The spring up in my downfall, and the window wiper in my shitstorms,
and the sunshine thereafter.
She is error-proof, and I've never seen a woman with bigger balls. I learned no is a beautiful word.
My mother will always be my first word.
And that you wear yourself out when you don't address your own life.
And I adore the way she never had to put on. I am still mesmerized in her presence. Maybe I am so enamored by her outsides because I was crafted in her interior.
I wish she saw her beauty. I wish she saw her beauty. She'd get drunk off punch, but still make it to work the next morning. Yet you never know by the way our laughs with each other stole the sadness off her faces. The heaviest burdens create the deepest smiles. The prettiest people feel the ugliest things on the road to living and finding bliss.
And there's that saying about pressure making diamonds, but a mother's love cannot be priced because that shit is timeless.
She's made many sacrifices, too many to detail. Mothers like her are the reason why women pay a special price to be a woman, because that's why they're female.
And in all of this, there must be a lesson, but they're still calling themselves male when some never get the message.
And ovulation will never imply you will honor your obligation, but the only way I can thank you is to show you that mothers can still raise sons, even in their darkest hours.
And daughters like me, who will see your beauty and see you as the sun and reflect it like moonlight see this poem. It's an offering of our gratitude. And though no thank you can measure the magnitude, we want to say thank you. And even though you fought against gravity and still carried us, we now say that it will always be you and I versus the world.
Yes.